Of coverage of this today on all sides. Wisconsin Republican Senator Ron Johnson, the chairman of the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, released those text messages today. Tonight, along with Senator Chuck Grassley, Johnson has sent a letter to the Justice Department's internal watchdog asking some very pointed questions. Senator Johnson joins us now from Capitol Hill to tell us what they are. Senator, thanks for being here.
Well, Brett, how are you doing?
What are you looking for?
Well, we want more information. We want to know exactly, why those text messages were missing for 5 months. Exactly how that, how they save that information, where it's saved to. We're sending out letters to preserve records to the private sector people that store those things. Google, certainly the Verizon, the telephone company. So this is all about making sure that whatever information is out there is preserved and that eventually the American people understand exactly what happened inside the highest levels of the FBI.
So when the DOJ sent you this letter saying that there was this glitch that prevented those 5 months of text from being released to you, did you buy it? Do you buy it?
Well, I'm suspicious. I want to get to the bottom of it. And there's so many experts in IT that say that those messages are somewhere and they need to be retrieved. We need to see it because the timing is very suspicious. From mid-December of 2016 after the election till the day that Robert Mueller was actually appointed, and then those texts that Catherine Herridge was referring to occurred 2 days later when Strzok and Page were kind of talking about their careers, and I think really considering whether or not they want to join Mueller's investigation. And the conclusion, one of the reasons they were reluctant to do so, and that's according to Peter Strzok, is because his gut sense was that there's no big there. We've gone through, this nation's been, dragged through this investigation so far. No conclusions yet. And one of the lead investigators, one of the deputy assistant director of the counterintelligence division that had probably been working on this for those 5 months when those texts have gone missing, is saying that his concern is, his gut sense is there's no big there. I think that's pretty jaw-dropping.
All right, well, when pressed about this, the Senate Minority Leader today said that this is all of it, the memo and this, a part of a distraction effort by Republicans to take away from the Mueller investigation. Take a listen.
I think there has been a great deal of activity on the other side intending to either divert attention from Mueller or even stand in his way. I don't think that Mr. Nunes has played a constructive role, to say the least, and we're all worried about it. Mueller has to be allowed to do his job.
Your thoughts on that?
Well, from my standpoint, this is under my committee's jurisdiction, federal records. And we were involved in the Hillary Clinton investigation. And I've been saying for a year and a half after former Director Comey granted immunity to Cheryl Mills on June 10th. And then on June 27th, Bill Clinton met with Loretta Lynch. And then on July 1st, Loretta Lynch announced that, well, she's going to let Director Comey make that call. And yet in these texts that just got released, we find out that she already knew that Director Comey wasn't going to press charges. So
yeah, let me read that one. That is text number 4. Holy cow, New York Times breaking Apuzzo. Lynch will accept whatever Rec D, that's Comey, and career prosecutors make, no political appointee input. Strzok says Lynch, timing not great, but whatever. Wonder if that's why no coordination language added. No way. This is a purposeful leak following the airplane snafu. And yes, I think we had some warning of it. I know they sent some statement to Rubicki because he called Andy. That's McCabe. And yeah, it's a real profile in courage since she knows no charges will be brought. That's what you're referencing.
So top officials in the FBI knew that Loretta Lynch knew before she said that she was going to let Comey decide that he wasn't going to prosecute. He wasn't going to press charges at all. And then Comey later testified that there was no coordination between the Department of Justice, Loretta Lynch, and the FBI. So that is coming into question. So what this is all about is further evidence of corruption, more than bias, but corruption at the highest levels of the FBI and that secret society. We have an informant that's talking about a group that were holding secret meetings off-site. There's so much smoke here. There's so much suspicion.
Let's stop there. A secret society, secret meetings off-site of the Justice Department.
Correct.
And you have an informant saying that.
Yes.
Is there anything more about that?
No, we have to dig into it. This is not a distraction. Again, this is bias, potentially corruption at the highest levels of the FBI that is now investigating. And now and by the way, Robert Mueller used to run the FBI. He is in no position to do an investigation over this kind of misconduct. So I think at this point in time, we probably should be looking at a special counsel to undertake this investigation, but Congress is going to have to continue to dig.
Do you think that Attorney General Sessions, in his current capacity, which he has taken himself out of the Russia investigation and overseeing Mueller, has the ability to call for another special prosecutor to analyze this part of the investigation?
I really don't know, but when you see this kind of bias, this kind of corruption in the FBI, you have to ask the question, are there similar individuals, highly biased, political operatives, burrowed into the Department of Justice as well? I mean, does Attorney General Sessions really have a department he can rely on and trust as well? So no, this is deeply concerning, and we're going to continue to dig.
And do you have any problem on the reports that Sessions put some pressure on